Well, good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, June 12th. The time is now 5:02 Central Standard Time. I'm going to remind the board of the meeting norms and call this meeting to order at this time. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. On the provisions of the public meeting law of the state of Missouri, the board must adopt by roll call vote an agenda that includes the time, date, place, and intent of an agenda for this meeting. A copy of the notice and agenda for this meeting is posted on Tuesday, June 11th, 2024, at the Administration Center, 8855 Dunn Road, Hazelwood, Missouri. At the time, copies of the notice and agenda were sent to major radio, television stations, to 3 newspapers, to all municipalities and schools in the district, and posted on the district website. Can we get an adoption of the agenda, please?
So moved.
It's been moved by
Second.
Paul Walker, second by Graves. Any discussion? Can
None.
we get roll call vote, please? Jillian, whenever you're ready. Oh, I saw Jillian.
I think she dropped off.
Okay, well, we need to wait for her back on to have 4 people.
Okay.
While we are waiting, Dr. Martin, were you able to find out anything?
I texted Miss McWell because I can't log into that right now, so I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yep.
It looks like Jillian is back on.
Perfect. When she's ready, she can do roll call vote. Ms. McWell, were you able to see my text message?
I was not.
Oh. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Jillian, for roll call vote, please.
Okay. I had.
Go ahead, roll call vote, please, Jillian.
All right, Dr. Courtney Graves.
Yes.
Dr. Kevin and Martin. Or I'm sorry,
Yes.
Dr. Sheila Powell Walker. Sorry, Dr. Powell Walker.
Yes. Yes.
Secretary votes yes. And sorry, Kevin, I asked for yours.
Thank you. So we have a quorum. Next up is consent agenda. Just waiting for one piece of information, and then we will get a motion to approve consent for that. Or Dr. Paul Walker, we can pull personnel off while she finds that information and vote on everything else, and then vote on that one separately if you would like.
If that works for the rest of the board, sure.
Okay, I move to approve consent as presented with pulling personnel off for a separate vote. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Martin, second by Graves. Any other items to be pulled off? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next up is personnel. Is there a motion to approve personnel?
You said you were pulling personnel off.
Correct. So now we're gonna do the second and the first, and then we'll get that question answered, and then we'll vote on it, if that makes sense.
So I thought you just pulled it off. You're still taking it off?
Correct. Once we get the question to your answer, then we'll know. That way you can vote separately for that one. If you have to vote abstain, you can, once we have that answer.
Right, but you just said we're getting ready to discuss personnel, so I was thinking. You may have misspoken, or maybe I didn't understand.
I just pulled it off consent so we can vote on it separately.
Right. So now we're moving on to the rest of the agenda, right?
Correct, which is personnel. That's the next item. So is there a
Oh.
second to approve personnel?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Martin, second by Dunn. Ms. McWell, were you able to find that question out for Miss Dr. Paul Walker?
No,
Are you able to pull the report up?
I am.
Is that name in there or you're not aware?
Okay, how about we just go ahead and vote, and her vote is still considered as an abstain, so it's still counted in the ratio.
But you only have 3 people to vote to approve it so it can pass. It won't pass with just you 3.
It's majority of who's present.
I thought you needed 4 people.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
You
But I
need
guess
4.
does it count? But if there's 4 present and we have 1 abstention, that's still a 4th person. Like, I think that's what Courtney's saying, but I'm not sure.
Mr. Tyson's logging. Are you able to ask Dr. Haywood if that name's on the personnel list, Ms. McWell?
You can chat the name to me and I'll look while she's looking as well.
Just did.
I know y'all wasn't waiting on me, was y'all?
Thank you, Mr. Tyson. If we can note, Mr. Tyson has arrived at 5:10 p.m.
Can we go ahead and motion then, Kevin?
We can, Dr. Paul Walker, are you okay abstaining or what would you like to do?
I can abstain.
They are not on the they are not on the list according to Dr. Haywood, just let you know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, seeing none, all those in favor of approving personnel as presented, say aye.
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 Any abstentions? Any nays? Motion carries. Next up is fiscal year 25 budget. Just an FYI, Dr. Davis has asked, so this is a budget. It's not a presentation today. All the materials are there for the upcoming budget. Certainly appreciate Cindy and everyone on your team who's worked to prepare a draft budget. So Dr. Davis has asked that the board goes through this, provides questions. So if over the next week, if able, and you have time, if you can send me questions and I'll send them to Dr. Davis as a compile of the board. Again, if you're able and have time to do that, they would appreciate any questions ahead of time so they can incorporate that into the presentation. So Ms. Rowdman and team, the board just asks that you incorporate those in the actual presentation. On the 26th, there's no need to respond prior to that meeting with responses. Just incorporate it into the presentation on the 26th with the actual budget. So appreciate the team's efforts on getting that, and it looks like increasing the fund balance. I've taken an initial look at the symbol as well. So appreciate that and appreciate all the effort of the team, particularly going through. It looks like being diligent in staffing as well and to determine how much staff we really need next year. So appreciate that. So any questions from the board about the fiscal year 25 budget? So ideally by next Wednesday, if you have questions, just send them to me. If you're not able, that is fine, but it's just easier for Cindy and her team to have them to a week out so they can prepare the presentation appropriately for the budget hearing on the 26th. And also as a reminder, the SEC is out there for feedback as well. If we have any comments to that, we can provide that as well. Any other questions for the board? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
It's been moved by Paul Walker, second by Graves. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor to adjourn at 5:12 p.m., say aye.
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 Abstention? Nays. Ayes have it. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye.